Taurus, welcome to a Yours and Theirs reading, officially for the week of July 28th through August 3rd, or whenever you happen upon it. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you're doing awesome. We're going to take a look at the baseline with clarifiers. We'll pull an oracle card and some advice at the end. All right, guys, let's see how you're showing up over here. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and reverse the energies as necessary. If you identify with a different column, that's fine. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, showing up on your side, the Two of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Your person showing up as the Ace of Coins, the Four of Coins, and the Knight of Coins. In the shared energies, we have the Six of Coins, the Three of Swords, and the Hermit. The overall energy for your reading, Taurus, the King of Cups. And what brings us to this specific reading today? Judgment. An important decision that changes everything. Okay. Let's talk about this baseline and then we'll get into the clarifiers. So, you're showing up with a big I don't know. Indecision. You're not sure. You're confused. There's something that you can't see. Maybe you don't want to see it. Your person is showing up with a brand new opportunity to build some stability here. And it looks quite promising. It's the very beginning of an offer. And in the shared energies with the Six of Coins, there's a lot of balance being brought to the situation. Both of you are on the same page. Equal give and take. Looks good. But next we have you showing up, advancing from the Two of Swords to the Nine of Swords. And this is lots of stress and anxiety. You went from being just undecided and a little confused to worry after worry, lots of fears, sleepless nights. You're really stressed out about this. There's a lot of mental anguish here. Your person is just holding on tight. They are refusing to let go. Hopefully they're holding on to you tight because you look like you need a hug over there. But in the shared energies, you're both feeling a sense of emotional heartbreak, pain, some kind of trauma happens here, and you're both feeling it. Okay, and then finally we have the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Coins, and the Hermit. So now you have an offer. You're showing up with this opportunity for new joys, new love. It's a very happy beginning here. Your person is moving slowly. They're feeling cautious here. They seem very reliable how they show up, slow and steady kind of thing. And then in the shared energies, we have the deepest healing card in the tarot with the Hermit. So we're going to take a look at things more closely, examine them, and decide the next step. With the King of Cups in the overall, that is a very emotionally balanced energy of calm in the midst of the storm. I don't know if this might represent that energy for you, or is this your person over here? Let's find out with the clarifiers. Let's get into it. King of Cups, please, in the overall. Nine of Pentacles. The Chariot. And the Knight of Swords. Somebody here is feeling very independent. Let's look at the bottom. What brings us to this lineup? The Four of Cups. There's been a lot of disappointment. And I think this is representing you, Taurus. Deciding to remain single or be on your own. Figuring out how to secure your security, your independence. These are the actions that you choose to take. And you decide it quite quickly. You're like, oh, disappointment. I don't want anything to do with that. Upset, the past. Well, screw it. I'm just going to remain on my own over here. Because all of the chaos that is surrounding me is something I'm not interested in. And so I'm just going to reach my goals on my own. And that's the decisive action that I'm taking. Okay? Well, that solves that. You're going to remain on your own. Maybe we should just scrap the whole reading. But no, we're going to take a look at how you're showing up over here, undecided and confused. Well, maybe if you're undecided, maybe this is your person. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Spirit will lay out the story for us. By the time we get to the Hermit, we'll have great understanding here of what the heck is going on. At least I hope. Show us that Two of Swords. And we have the Three of Cups. The Emperor. And the Three of Swords. First repeating energies, heartbreak. So this is all about communing with others. And it has a sense of control over it. Undecided about communing with others, getting together with others. Controlling emotional pain. That's why you're undecided. It does match up with over here. Because you over here, the King of Cups says, I'll just remain on my own, emotionally balanced. The Emperor, you're in emotional control over here, and over here you're controlling actions, even though there's some doubt and indecision. It's like you don't want to see it. That's the main point of this particular Two of Swords when we're looking at it with these cards. Yeah. You don't want to look, you don't want to see, you're not trying to commune or get together. You're taking control over the heartbreak and emotional pain by probably over here, like remaining on your own. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not going to entertain it. I'm going to move on. These are the actions that I'm taking, and I take them swift because I don't have time to mess with that, is what you're saying. At the bottom, we have the Five of Swords, what brings us to this little lineup over here. Winning at all costs. Okay, so you're avoiding heartbreak and getting together with others. You're like, I'm not even trying to entertain it. Okay. Stubborn. Oh my goodness. Let's look at how your person's showing up with this Ace of Coins. This is, an opportunity here, brand new. The Knight of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Empress. Okay. The perfect match to the Emperor. And they too are showing up with this Two of Swords energy. But first, they show the Knight of Cups, which is expressing emotions. Undecided Empress. So they're letting you know their heart, I don't know, is what they're telling you. Even though they're showing up with this opportunity to possibly build stability. It's almost as if they're sharing their emotions to see what you have to say about it first before they decide, kind of thing. It's kind of what it feels like. Let's look at the bottom. Karma. That's the same as Judgment, just called Karma in this deck. Being called to make a decision, but both of you showing up. You're showing up more as, even though it's a Two of Swords and it's indecision, it's more of a refusal to look at it over here. You don't want to see it. I don't want anything to do with heartbreak, confusion. I don't want to work too hard to bring this together. I'm just going to make an executive decision and I'm not even going to look. And your person is over here. A wonderful match to you, by the way, Emperor and Empress. You guys would be a power couple. If you weren't so headstrong in refusing to look. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Let's look at the Six of Coins. You're both on the same page. Yeah, it does feel like you're on the same page. Maybe this has to do with a different kind of decision here. I don't know, though. You're showing up independent over here by yourself. You're like, I'm keeping my love to myself. I'm not going to put it out there. It's safer for me to reach my goals and not even deal with it. Is what that is. But see, your person's a little bit more open. They're making an offering to possibly build some stability by expressing their heart to you. They do open up, but they too have this Two of Swords energy. They don't see something. They don't want to see something. I don't know. Let's take a look at the Six of Coins, please, in the shared energies. The Sun. The Five of Wands. The Knight of Wands. All right. So everything looks really, really good initially. There's a lot of happiness, bliss, in unison with each other. But then there's a fight, there's an argument, there's some sort of conflict that comes in the way. And then we just have sort of this immature, impulsive type of energy that shows up affecting you guys. I don't know who does what. I kind of feel like it's more on your side since you're refusing to open up over here. Taurus, again, I'm not sure. I don't want to put all of it on you because you both have those Two of Swords. And you do initially show up with this Three of Cups, but then the Emperor just comes right on top and says, no. Okay. And at the bottom, we have the Knight of Pentacles, same as the Knight of Coins coming up later. This is what slows everything down. Some kind of argument, some kind of fight, conflict, where one party is acting immature, more than the other, but there is some equal give and take to it. Oh my goodness. It's like, okay, well, if you're going to act like that, I'm going to act like this, you know? All right, let's look at the next card you're showing up with. It doesn't seem that things got better here because you're in a 9 of Swords. That's the ultimate stress and anxiety. A lot of negativity feeling in this card. Why is the 9 of Swords here, please? Ace of Pentacles. The Devil. The shadow side. The Star. I have the hiccups. Pardon me. And the Page of Wands at the bottom. So this is what you're focused on here. Um, it's like you receive their Ace of Coins offer and you're looking at it. But then you have some sort of toxic energy tied up to it somehow, having to do with what you want, your divine wish. I don't know, it's kind of like you're saying, well, what I want is more important than what you want. And it's not healthy, it's toxic. Focused on what you want, not what they want, not their offer. Okay. Let's look at the 4 of Coins they're showing up with next. Holding on tight, not wanting to let go. The Fool. The 10 of Cups. The 6 of Swords. Okay, they have hope here for some kind of fresh start with you, that you guys can live this happily ever after scenario and get to a calmer waters, a better place. King of Cups is why we're here. So yeah, that is you. That's you over here behaving single. What I want is more important than what you want. So that's never going to work. That is just not going to work. No bueno. But they're still holding on. Because they see this potential that they want with you. But it doesn't seem healthy that they're holding on because you clearly are not in the same place here. Same headspace. Let's look at the 3 of Swords in the shared energies, the heartbreak. Heartbreak, betrayal. I don't feel like it's betrayal. I just feel like it's a broken heart, a letdown, sadness. 2 of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles. Yep. You guys are just sharing this heartbreak, but it's like you're creating it, Taurus. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, holding on tight. You guys are both staying stuck in this for some reason. You just want to forget about it. It looks like you want to, I don't mean forget about it and go on as things are normal. You want to forget about it and just like abandon this whole thing. That's how you want to manage things. Both of you are feeling really bad here. You both lack here. You both feel forsaken or forgotten about, left out in the cold. It's like a back and forth energy you guys are sharing with each other. The more you shut down, the more they hold on tight for hope. And the more they hold on tight, the more you shut down. That's what it looks like. It's I don't know, you guys are like feeding into each other. It's like a very codependent kind of relationship or something, it feels like, in how you feed into each other, creating the same energies over and over again, back and forth. It's like an ongoing argument. But we could have so much. And you're like, I decide what we have. Hmm. Let's look at your Ace of Cups, because all of a sudden, I don't know, it's like maybe you had a change of heart here. Let's see. One could only hope. But then, of course, they show up sort of halted. Let's see what happens with this Ace of Cups in your column, Taurus. All right, looks like you get an extra couple cards. Just one extra. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Six of Wands, and the Moon. So over here, it's like you're telling me some part of you recognizes that you've been shutting them out. And so you want to change it. So you're working on it. And you're working on it repetitively. And it's hard. It's hard. So you call in all of your strength. Help me to be successful and victorious in reaching this goal of being able to offer my love. But the moon is here saying as much as you want to try to work on that, it's yet to show up. So I don't know. Over here, you're telling me you're aware of your attitude of shutting down to their offers. But as much as you're aware of it and would like to change it, it's just not in your heart at this point in time. Let's look at the bottom. Seven of Cups, choices and options. You're trying to find a way. You're trying to find a way to be able to offer your heart, but so far, no. All right, let's look at the Knight of Coins, please, in your person's column. Feeling very cautious. Slowing way, way down. I don't think they're making the same offers they were making before, or even have the same hope that they had before. They're still here. They're looking at you, seeing if you're going to do anything different or if they're ever going to receive anything different from you. But yeah, they're not going to see it because you got the moon over here not showing it. Maybe not even showing all the work you're trying to do on it. It's like you don't want to reveal anything, keeping it all close to the chest. Show us the Knight of Coins in Taurus's person's column. And the Knight of Pentacles. Same card. Queen of Swords. Two of Cups. Slowing way, way down because they feel it's what's required. Just halting their advances when it comes to this soul connection. But they do see you as a soul connection. Let's look at the bottom. Four of Swords. Yeah, they are. They've had some time to gain some clarity of mind, to take a break. Is what it looks like they're doing, and they have decided that it's just necessary to stop at this point. They're still here in case by some miracle you start showing something else. But I'm sure they're quite disappointed because they do see you as a soul connection. And you might see them as that as well, but something holds you back. And it's something unhealthy having to do with this shadow side over here. I don't know what it is, but some sort of toxic repeating pattern that you have, a behavior that is in the way. It's in the way of your dream. It comes in between their offer and your big wish. It's not that you don't want love, you do want it, but you're, I don't know, so worried and stressed about it, that you have this energy where you, I don't know, you try to control from heartbreak. Like, I don't want to deal with heartbreak. So unless it's perfect, unless they show up perfect and I feel perfect and everything's perfect, I'm not even going to entertain it. So it's kind of like that. And again, it doesn't feel very healthy there. Um, but you recognize it. You tell me you recognize it. So let's take a look at this hermit and the shared energies. This is shining the light in the dark so we can see what's in our way and if we can heal it. It needs deep, deep healing. Let's take a look at the hermit, please, and the shared energies. It would be wonderful if everything turned around right here. Okay. Justice. Seven of Wands. Ace of Wands. And at the bottom, the Wheel of the Year, otherwise known as the Wheel of Fortune. So in order to make things right and bring in the balance here and get the healing that we're looking for, there's a certain amount, certain energies, Seven of Wands, that would need to be blocked. We would need to be able to keep them all out. And in addition to blocking the unwanted energies, it would require a very transformative, bold, and courageous action to be taken in order to change the wheel, to turn the wheel of fortune in your favor as a couple. So the correct action in order to heal this would be to make the decision to bring in balance and to block a whole bunch of stuff, all of the fears over here, to be able to keep those unwanted energies out, the unhealthy behavior pattern of blocking and turning somebody away. It's all out of fear of getting hurt. That's what it looks like. I don't think anything in particular happened. You just have this person who wants to be with you. And they seem like a really good match. They really do. But you just got this thing going on over here, Taurus, that just blocks them. Let's get some advice to close off this reading, and then we'll pull an oracle card for you, Taurus. Spirit, what specific advice do you have for Taurus who are going through these energies where they have this opportunity to build something really loving and stable with somebody who wants to be with them, who wants to give it a try, who sees them as a possible, you know, happy family together. The whole works. Going all the way as some wonderful couple together. What advice do you have for Taurus who refuses to take the risk? Waiting for the flyer. Spirit's putting them in order. Picking just the right message for you, Spirit. There it is. Four of Cups. Queen of Coins. And the 10 of Coins. And at the bottom, the 2 of Wands. Well, because of disappointment in the past, you need to give yourself a lot of self-care, compassion, and nurturing at this time, Taurus. Um, as part of your very foundation needs healing in this area. You're very upset about the past and all the things that may have happened leading up to your relationship status in the world these days. You don't quite know which way to go or which pathway to take, but you do recognize there's an issue. I can see that. And Spirit is saying you do need to take care of yourself and heal in this manner, because it's your very foundational structure that needs some work here. And it's probably a good idea to work on this first before you try to get into a relationship. And so instead of working on this over here, trying to offer your Ace of Cups, you would have to work on yourself over here and heal and nurture something at the very core of your foundation. That's the pathway to pick. Not this pathway. This would be second. This needs to be first. You got to work on yourself. Queen of Coins, it's you. It's your court card. And it's because of all the past disappointments that you went through. You need more care, more love, more working on your own well-being, your own foundation. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let's get an oracle card from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, please. Okay, the Web Weaver. It is card number 4. It says, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. And here is the message that Spirit wants you to have, Taurus. The Web Weaver rejoices that your creations are far-reaching and have positive effects on the many. Every action, every thought, every word and deed is woven into the web of creation. When the Web Weaver appears as your ally, she grants you the way to others of like mind and intention and lets you know you're not alone in your endeavors. Just when you need to make a connection, like magic, synchronicity occurs. Music reverberates through the web and plays in harmony with your own. This is a sign to trust in the connectivity between all events. Magic is afoot for you. If your query is about a relationship, the Web Weaver gives you assurance that meaningful coincidence comes through to give you reason to hope. Potential grows into reality with care and patience. Remember that the web reaches far and wide, and you're only capable of perceiving a small part of it. Trust and pay attention to the patterns you see play out in your life. All things will be revealed through the web. Okay, Taurus, I hope this helps you on your path. Time to work on yourself so that you can have a relationship in the future. But we've got to nurture and heal ourselves and get grounded again at a foundational level. Okay. So, with that, if this resonates with you or if you like the format that we're doing this in, throw a like, subscribe, and there'll be new, fresh readings every week. So, add your energy to the channel, and I look forward to reading for you guys next time. Take care, Taurus.